Welcome back to Math Maintenance. Today we are going to talk about regrouping. So sometimes when we add together two big numbers or we subtract two numbers from each other, we have to do something called regrouping. Regrouping happens when we end up with too many of something in one place value or there's not enough of something. So for example, when I want to add 37 and 45, I try to add the ones column. 7 plus 5 gives me 12. But I only have one spot here that I can put a number. I can't put 12 in the one spot. There's too much. Remember that each of those spots only holds a number from 0 to 9. And once I get over 9, like 12, I have to do what's called regrouping. I leave the 2 in the spot that it belongs, and the 1 gets kicked over to the next column. It gets moved to the group that it belongs in. The 1 belongs with the tens numbers, 30, 40. Those are the tens numbers. So the 1 group gets kicked over. Another way to think about this is using our 10 sticks. So 30 is a stick of 10 like this. And then we had 7 little ones. 45 is 4 longs and 5 little ones. When I take these 5 and these 7 and I put them together, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and the 5 from the other side, I can take 10 of those and turn it into 1 long. And then I just have 2 left over. The long sticks have to be counted up with the other long sticks, where the leftovers, the ones, get to be left with the other ones. So 37 plus 45, 7 plus 5 had 2 in the ones, and one of them became a long. Then I had this long, plus these 3, plus these 4, gets me to 82. The same thing happens sometimes when I'm subtracting. When I'm subtracting, I have the same setup. So I would have 50 is 5 longs and 1 little cube. 17 is 1 long and 7 little cubes. When I'm trying to do 1 cube take away 7 cubes, it's not possible. I don't have enough in this pile to take away this many. So what I have to do is to take one of the sticks that are there, which means this becomes 40, and I break it into little cubes. Now I have 11 little cubes, and I need to take away 7, which leaves me with 4. I have 4 longs, 40, and I need to take away 1 long, 10, and that leaves me with 3. In both of these problems, I had to do regrouping. Regrouping occurs when you have too many to fit in one place value, and you need to regroup some and bump them over, or when you don't have enough in one place value and you need to borrow from a different place value in order to complete the problem. Today in your packet you have 2 problems. You have an addition problem and you have a subtraction problem. There's space here to work out the problem. You could work out the problem like this, rewriting it above each other. You could work out the problem drawing pictures to show how it comes together. However, you need to work out the problem in this space. Once you've worked out the problem, you need to say whether you needed to regroup or not. Did you have to borrow from a spot? Or did some of an addition problem have to roll over to the next column? If so, then your answer is yes, that you regrouped. Down below, explain why you had to regroup, or if you didn't have to regroup, why you didn't have to this time. These two problems will help you practice exactly what I just showed you on the board and thinking about when we regroup and when we don't. Your digital practice for today are some regrouping puzzles. I will warn you, they are a little bit tricky. What you're going to do is you're going to see a problem and there's going to be some blanks in the problem. And you need to think about what number would have to be in that problem in order to make the answer. So for example, if the problem said something like 30 blank plus 2 equals 9, something 9, we would have to think, what plus 2 would get me a 9? Well, 7 plus 2. There will be a 7 down below that you can drag up into that spot. And then you're thinking, well, if it was 37 plus 2 equals something 9, what would go in this spot? That would be a 3. See how many of the problems you can solve. Like I'm warning you, they're a little bit tricky. So if you get frustrated, it's okay to try some of the other ones and see which ones you can complete on the page. Your manipulative practice today is to continue practicing those addition flashcards. As you can see, knowing your addition facts super quickly helps when we get to these bigger, more challenging problems. So it's important to keep practicing those all the time. Good luck.